Shalom. So I recently posted a video titled Hello versus Shalom. And basically, just to be absolutely clear, that that's not where, the word hello is not a bad word like that. That video is simply used to highlight that that is a concept that they actually do use, meaning like that's really how they introduce themselves to the world, and they literally bring people to the most horrible place by constantly speaking about it, because as we all know that a person is where his thoughts are. Rabbi R.E. Kaplan Zatzal, in the name of the Baal Shem Tov, and Agon Rav Zamir Kornschlitt as well, um, in the name of the Baal Shem Tov, right? So basically that a person is where his thoughts are. And so simply what they do by constantly speaking about something and staring at these images and whatever, Chas v'shalom, they bring all these good people straight to the most horrible places, Chas v'shalom. The word hello itself probably actually comes simply from shalom. If you write shalom in English, right, Shalom. So you see the word hello in the middle of shalom. So hello might literally come from shalom. But I use the word hello because it happens to be the word hell and hello, they are spelt using the same, letters, and basically I use I use that word not to teach where the source comes from or what it's connected to, but simply to highlight a lesson as to the fact that that's exactly how they introduce themselves. Like, really, that's how you greet people, with the word hello, meaning that it has the word hell in it, but that's really how Christianity greets people. So like that is the part. And also, that comment, Yimach Shmam B'zichram, that doesn't mean that good people, God forbid, should be wiped out. Chas v'shalom, that's the opposite of what happens, in fact. What that means is that this evil thought and these evil ideologies should be removed from the land, and the good people who are subjugated under them should become freed from them, and disassociate from these horrible evil things, chas v'shalom, and live a happy life. Live a happy life. Christianity is literally clinical depression. The entire basis, the entire foundation of their teachings, their whole message to the world is one that absolutely destroys and depresses you and destroys God's name on earth, makes God out to be a murderous psychopath who sleeps with married women, again, just corrupt pagan mythology gods, and basically those who really know the story of who Yeshu was, which from every angle that you look at it, from our authentic sources, of course, and what they teach in their Christian writings about him, is basically all just the saddest thing you've ever heard. It doesn't matter where you're looking from. Either way, it's the saddest thing that could ever be uttered on the face of earth. And what it succeeds in doing is removing prophecy from earth, because prophecy is achieved only through happiness, and you cannot be happy if God, the being that you're told to want to connect with, even murdered his own son. Like, is that someone you ever want to be close to? In fact, it's the Targum reveals to us what Hashem, lahavdil alfei avdalot, what the Christians teach about God and what Hashem really is. Everything that they teach is literally the opposite of everything that Hashem is. The Christianity is literally the opposite of everything good and holy, literally. And God forbid, and basically our goal is to finally destroy this evil that was started by a member of our own people. But anyway, those who know the real story clearly see how simply it's like a little kid who was hurt, so he would do something in spite. He would do something to get back, vengeful something. So he would try to attack and slander any way that he can. And so basically, what did he do? He was from our Beit Midrash. He knows that the three worst things that you can do Avodah Zarah, Gilui Arayot, V'Shvichut Damim, that he knows that the three worst sins are idol worship, well, that comes maybe last, but murder, adultery, murder, and idol worship. Adultery, murder, and idol worship. Now plug that into the Christian story. God impregnated a married woman, then he murdered his own son, and then requests of people to worship his dead son, or then the idolatry. So you have the adultery, sleeping with a married woman, impregnating a married woman. Then you have the murder, actually murdering your own son, chas v'shalom. This concept, chas v'shalom, what kind of psychological damage it has been doing to all these good people over the years, and just you simply you can't speak out about it before. That's why the Rambam, when he had the famous debate, and he won, but he had to get the king to sign, and then he left, because even though the king signed off that I'm allowing this debate, and he will, that he can speak out finally against Christianity, Imach Shmam Zichram, and defend all of, whatever, disprove it. So he still had to leave. But anyway, the whole thing is that's why these religions grew to such numbers, because up until a certain time, it was convert or die. I love it. I love your religion. It's a great religion. For sure, convert or die. I love this, and I love that, Okay, so that's just to answer that. And so yeah, just an explanation of that fact. Hello and shalom. I used it to highlight an actual thing that they teach, so it's not that I'm trying to point out the roots and the connection here, but it's basically something that you can use it to really understand a true point. It's like, there's something to it, so you can use it as a segue, sort of, or as a springboard to the actual truth, to the lesson. It happens to fit perfectly, because that's exactly what they do. So, but although clearly hello might come simply from the word shalom, if you write it halo, you see the HALO in the word shalom. And that's that. So, kol tuv.